Hey, what is going on, my friends? So welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, maybe you'll subscribe and follow along with me on the adventure of my snakes growing. Now I am feeding a couple of snakes today on this video, and Pop-Tart right here is, I was gonna hold her, but she's definitely looking like she wants to come out for some food, so that's probably not going to hold her. I don't know. She normally comes out like that when she wants to eat and there's the scent of rats in the air. So holding them when rats are in the room kind of make me nervous just because I don't want to get lit up. So where is my hook? All right, so I found the snake hook and we will try to get her out. As I said earlier, there are rats in the room, so the scent could be getting her kind of wild up. So I'm on a 5 to 7 feeding day schedule with her. I think after her next shed, I'll bump her up to maybe 10 to 14 days. I was just kind of trying to get her caught up on her weight and her size since she had a very, very rough start when she was a baby last year on feeding. But as of right now, we're doing pretty good. And I think she is growing very well. Not too thick. Her size isn't going out of control. She's probably, I mean, for what most people say anacondas are, she's super sweet. Normally never had an issue with her. Never had her hiss at me. Never had her strike at me or even try to bite me, which is against all the myths of the green anaconda. And she is a first year captive born snake, so she still has some wild in her, maybe a little bit, so it's not fully bred out. I know there are, second gen, third gen captive born greens. So she's being really good right now, which she normally is. I definitely would highly recommend, and I know I've said this before, I would highly recommend the green anaconda for people that want a bigger snake, just because I love her temperament, and I think her temperament will be the same as she gets older. Well, in my experience. So, well, a lot better than the temperament of the Burmese python, which I just got, but she's in a new location, so I can understand why she's been super grouchy. So I will be feeding her with a couple other boas and my Burmese for the first time that I have owned her. I normally wait 24 to 48 hours on holding my snakes after I feed them, which kind of sucks because I really enjoy holding all of my boas, especially Pop-Tart right here. And so it kind of sucks that I have to wait till probably Thursday to really get some good interaction with her. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put her back, but we'll see her in a little bit when she's eating a rat. So onward you go. Even though I don't want to put you back. I have to. Okay. See you soon. We definitely don't want to close your tail in there. Alright, so on the Pastel Hypo Jungle, I was feeding her for the last 2 times a rat pup, and I'm going to be switching her food up to a adult mouse, just because I don't want any issues with her getting too fat or growing too quickly and having issues. So she took the rat pups very well. I'm just going to be on the safe side and drop her food for right now and see how she does for the next couple of feedings. So we will wait and see what she does with that. And it's a little bit smaller than her body, but I think swapping between large adult mice and then the rat pups might be a good combo for her and maybe a couple of my other snakes. So we'll see what she does. We are moving on now to my Motley. So the Motley got a semi-small rat the last time, and I was looking through the bag and all I have are smalls that are too big. So unfortunately for her, she's just gonna get a gigantic rat pup, which is still not a bad size for her. And whoop, lost the tail on that one. So feeding her a smaller item is not going to do any harm for her. I might need to go back out to my breeder here within the next couple of weeks and possibly get a different one size up than the rat pups. I'm not sure what that is. I kind of forget. Even though a lot of rodent breeders kind of don't really keep the same weight that you find on the charts online, but rat pups will do her no problem. Put the lid on her. We'll move over to the king snake because we all know the king snake does have the potential and if they have the opportunity to eat another snake, it will. Now the king snake is very finicky when it comes to eating on camera. I've fed her numerous times and she does not really eat on camera that much. And if I leave the rat in here with her, it'll be gone in about an hour. So I'll just leave it in there with her and we'll come back. Or if it takes a little bit longer, we won't come back. And now we are to the Burmese python Peaches, and we'll see if she wants to eat. And this will be the very first time she's eating with me, so we'll see what happens. I was told she was on smaller mice, which is kind of interesting because she could definitely take a larger meal than that. So feeding her a rat pup as of right now, and we'll just see how this works out. So she's definitely in a bad mood and kind of hiding her head, so she could be a little bit nervous about what's going on. I'm not sure if I want to just set this right here. Now I'm not sure exactly if the shop who I got her from had her on frozen thawed. Whoa, that kind of scared me because I was not prepared. And then she definitely bit herself. Okay, that was super interesting. Alright, so I guess she's on frozen thawed now. So she did dig her bottom teeth into her side, which I really hope that didn't do much damage. There is some bad shedding on her, so definitely on her next shed she should get rid of all of that. And she's definitely curious. So she hasn't eaten in about 2 weeks just because I wanted her to be fully settled in. And we'll see how this goes. Anyways, as she's doing that, we'll swing around to Pop-Tart, the green anaconda, and we will see how hungry she is. Maybe we can get her to come out a little bit for the strike. Oh, there she is. So she definitely knows there's food. I would like her to come up out of the cage a little bit. Come on. Come on, just a little bit. So this is definitely a size increase than what I normally am giving her, which I think she should be able to eat no problem. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And we'll put her back in the water since she does very well in eating underwater. And I'm not sure if I can get a good shot. I don't think the water in here. Nope, not deep enough. Would have been cool to see her like that underwater, but maybe next time. Alright, so Peaches is definitely chowing down super fast on her rat pup. So she's taking forever to eat, and then the anaconda is over here completely demolishing this this rat. I know the lighting definitely sucks in here because of that LED strip on the water. So we'll try to get in here on some different angles. Whoa, 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 whoa. Try not to get in the way of her. But this is a serious meal for her. I hope I didn't go too large on that rat for her. I may have to wait a couple more days on the next feeding. But I have faith that she will be able to take this down with no problems. And then my other two baby boas are just kind of hanging out. Alright guys, so I probably should not have fed them at the exact same time, so I could have gotten full video of each one of them eating, but normally they don't eat this fast. So obviously that wrap up didn't really do much for her on the size. I might feed her another one tomorrow, but I think I'm just gonna go get the next size up from my wrap up, or just see if the breeder has any smaller smalls, like the smallest smalls that he has, because the ones I have are way too big, and I don't want to risk anything. So that's it, and I appreciate everybody that watches and subscribes and gives me good feedback. I guess you can see a little lump in her. She's got repty chip in her mouth that once she calms down, I'll probably try to get that out of her mouth. And the Burm is done. Still looking for food. Anaconda is done with hers. And so I hope everybody has an awesome night and an awesome week. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video.